everyone, my name is Hadel-Lynn and I have been living out here in Boston for the past 6 months. I'm really thankful and honestly really surprised with how popular my first Boston video went. So I just kind of want to continue on with the things that I've learned living out here in Boston, since obviously you learn more things about a city that you live in, the longer that you stay. So with that, I am going to introduce the 6 things that I've learned living out here in Boston for the past 6 months. And with that, let's get started. Tip number 6, beware of turkeys. I was literally walking around when I came face to face with a turkey, and I was just so confused on why this turkey was here. Apparently it's a normal thing. No one decided to tell me that it's a normal thing out here. I didn't really expect them to just be walking around the city. They're not as common as you think. At least where I'm walking around, they're not as common as I think, but they just randomly pop up whenever in the most random places. I've seen them in front of banks, seen them in parks. I'm a small person, and these turkeys are big to me. They're a good size compared to me, so they're big. They're scary. So just beware if you are another small person like me. Tip number 5. Crosswalks are just simply suggestions. I was a little hesitant to adopt this behavior. You plan moving out here in Boston, get used to evaluating your risk of, walking along the crosswalk by ignoring the crosswalk sign, I guess. I grew up watching The Nanny a little bit when growing up, so one of my favorite things that Fran would say is that the weight on your driver's license is just a suggestion, and I kind of apply that to crosswalks. Crosswalks are like the weight on your driver's license. It's just a suggestion, not a mandate. They're there, crosswalk signs are there. You can follow it if you want to, but you will be in the minority. Tip number 4. Spring is weird. I remember I was watching a movie in my apartment. It was maybe 2.5, 3 hour long film. And throughout the entire time of the film, I saw wind, snow, and rain at different points of the film, and then just magically disappeared by the end of it all. And that is just pretty much New England. It can do that. Spring can just be whatever it wants to be, and you're just gonna have to live through it. Tip number 3. The flowers are absolutely gorgeous during this time. Cherry blossoms are a thing out here. I would say the best time to come to see all the flowers blooming and whatnot is actually in April. Keep in mind that the length of time that the flowers bloom is very, very brief. So if you really want to see all the really beautiful flowers like cherry blossoms, I think tulips as well, to be really in full bloom, I would say get here before the end of April, just because it's a very short time period. I like how there's a lot of good places to see flowers. A couple of my favorites are the Charles River Esplanade and the Arboretum in Jamaica Plain. It's just really nice to be able to walk around and see really beautiful flowers just kind of blooming around. It's really nice. I love that Boston is just a very walkable city, and so it's nice when you're walking around to see something gorgeous from time to time. Tip number 2, invest in picnic gear. What I really enjoy about Boston is that the city really invests in outdoor space, green space. Boston is known as a very walkable city. And so with that, there's a lot of beautiful green spaces where you can literally just, throw out a picnic blanket and just enjoy being outside. I actually think it's really cute how people love being outside here. I was really surprised, even, when I'm, going for a walk outside during my teleworking days, that there are so many people who enjoy, just being outside and having picnic blankets over at the commons, at the gardens. It's really gorgeous. So if you're gonna move out here, I would say definitely invest in some picnic gear, because if you say go to a work function or maybe hang out with some friends, a picnic date is definitely something that will come up. And last but not least, tip number 1, take advantage of being able to visit so many other different states. Recently, I actually took my very first Amtrak to Portland, Maine, which was only a 3-hour train ride, so I was honestly really impressed by that. I learned that Rhode Island is only an hour train ride. I think New York is only maybe 4 hours or so, give or take. And so it's just really amazing that I'm just nearby so many different states. This is really important to me just because one of my bucket list items is to visit all 50 states. And so the fact that I can literally check down the list so many different states already just being here is really amazing. So, take advantage of the Amtrak. If you want to drive, take a zip car, fly if you want to. Do it in a safe manner. We are still in a pandemic. Masks up, don't keep your guard down, get vaccinated. I have a link about my Pfizer experience up above. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Again, this is just a collection based on my personal experiences. Let me know in the comments if any of these tips were helpful or if you have any personal, tips for me. And make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see everyone next time.